So Tournevie is a lending library for tools. So it's just like a library for books, but you just come in and get tools instead of books.
We offer an alternative to a market failure, I would say. Basically, to enable people to have high-quality tools at a very affordable or almost free price. This initiative is based on trust. You might say they could easily run away with the tools and never come back, but in fact what we see is this never happens. My name is Olivier Bes, and I'm one of the co-founders of Tournevie. And so in early 2015 we started this organization, and then to get some funds we started a crowdfunding campaign, which succeeded, of course, that's why we're here. And then in September 2015 we opened for the first time.
My name is Thomas. I just turned 40 years old. What I do is mostly technical stuff, so I purchase the tools, I also service, maintenance them, repair them if they're broken, and I also do training so that our volunteers know more about the tools. Tournevie is very popular actually. We've trouble just keeping the pace of how enthusiastic our users are. We've grown exponentially in just 2 years' time, so we've now close to 500 members, and actually we are at the very limit of what we can do. So you just pay an annual fee of 20 euros, and that gives you access to our complete collection of tools, which are all pro-quality tools, and we have like over 40,000 euros worth of tools right now. For me personally, this initiative grew out of a certain level of frustration with actually cheap and crappy tools out there. I've worked in the tool industry for quite a bit of time. People often ask me for advice, like what tool do I need to buy, and then they wanted me to help them make a choice between crappy brand A and crappy brand B.
So my name is Maureen. I live in Brussels. I came here because I just bought an apartment, and so there are lots of work to do in the apartment. I didn't want to buy myself a few instruments to work, but because it's just really expensive, and I only use it like once. So Tournevie was a really good idea, and I got to know about it from my sister. I came here and borrowed a few things, right, like a saw and a drilling machine, and everything worked really fine. The service was really nice. They even gave me kind of advice because I don't know very much about all these things, so that was really nice experience. Yeah.
My name is Christopher Daly. I've been coming here for about 2 or 3 months. I'm renovating a house right now, and I've been a very regular customer since the works have started. It's a fantastic service, to have access to all these tools. It's very nice to meet other people who are going through the same experiences. I remember one guy coming in who was a few months ahead of me in renovations, who was just like, I can't handle it anymore, I'm tired, I want to give up, I want to quit. And then 2 weeks later he was like, it's okay. So getting to meet other people, I get friendly nods in the street now when I'm walking around.
So the way it works is the first time you come in, of course, you pay your fee, you get registered, you get set up, we explain how the thing works. Then you can come in anytime during opening hours, but at this point we're only open Mondays and Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m. So during opening hours you can come by, tell us what you would like to do, and we'll tell you what equipment goes with that, and you can just check that out. If there's particular stuff that you really want at some point in time, you can also reserve it. So we have our complete inventories online, so you can see in real time what's available, what's not, and you can reserve stuff for a particular date, and then it's set aside for you, and then you can come and collect it when you need it. So basically, not a lot of things go wrong, so that's a worry that many people have. But due to the fact that we do all of our repairs ourselves, actually the costs are usually not that high. So we only have pro tools for which spare parts are available, which are easily repairable. So if something breaks down, the only cost we have is actually the cost for the replacement parts. And these are not so extremely high. Well, Tournevie is of course a small thing. This is not a thing that will revolutionize the world. But what is really nice about it is that it's really tangible. So anytime a guy picks up a drill, or a girl picks up a drill here to use and doesn't buy one, it's less resources that we, have to mine for, and less waste that we create. And so in that very small way, we're actually dealing with some of these huge challenges that we're facing.
I think it's easy to start such an initiative because it's very flexible. All you need is a group of enthusiastic people. Now, to keep this up, however, you do need a place to stay. And unfortunately, these kinds of places, accessible places in the middle of the city, that is where we and other initiatives do have a challenge to find a place where we can stay in the long term. And I think this is lacking because city councils have up until now not fully grasped the potential that bottom-up citizen initiative could provide. And basically, I would suggest that any city that is willing to see itself as a sharing city, or a city that gives plenty of space and room for citizens to take matters into their own hands, well, that they provide places and that they connect these initiatives, that they're not spread out over the city, and that they don't, we need to have a mesh that is interconnected. And this is, I think that's where the government basically could have a very important role.